Hello everybody, welcome back. Happy New Year. Almost, not quite there, but we'll get there in time. Malgin, how's it going, my dude? Thank you for that. How is everybody doing? I got my cider, I have cookies and pistachios ready, and it will be fantastic. Anthony, it looks like you got reprimanded by the by the bot. I apologize for that, but you know, we don't allow links. How's it going, guys? Happy New Year, and what a year it's been. Cheers. We're gonna celebrate it as we do everything with games, conversation, and good company. So welcome back. We're gonna be doing some Final Fantasy XIV questing today, and we're gonna be chatting. I understand if people have to jump off or they can't stay because they got their own celebrations. But for those of you who don't, I'm here for you. And you can hang out with us. Color out of space. Welcome back, man. And happy 2020. It's great to see you. Alright. I think we're ready to kind of jump back into it. It's a little... actually, it's quite cold today, which is why I'm rocking one of the Basil hoodies here. Anthony says the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo intro got leaked. Do you want to see it? Ooh, that's pretty juicy. We can see it, yeah. I can maybe YouTube it if it's interesting for people to look at. Let's see here. Assuming it's fairly short, you know, we can't do like a long thing here. But I don't know how to allow links right now, Anthony. You're gonna get capped, so I can just look for it here on YouTube. Final Fantasy VII Remake intro, and we can look for it. These are pretty old. Demo intro. Is this it? Let's see here. It's only 3 minutes long. I assume that's correct. Oh, that music. Woo! Happy New Year's Eve, Jet. Welcome back, and fucking Happy New Year, man. Cheers. I'm sold. Where do I wire my money to? You know, for someone who makes a living selling flowers, she doesn't have a lot of flowers on her. Right there, she lost half of her flowers. Going home for drinks and gaming with the wife and sister-in-law and her husband. Fantastic, dude. Enjoy your evening, Jet. Happy New Year, my friend. Yeah. Midgar. This was leaked from the remake. Yeah, this is the intro that was leaked from the demo. So it's not the full game, it's just the demo they were putting together. Yeah, it's a vid. It's a vid. Oh. Yeah! It's Barrett, baby.
Get down here, Merc.
Yeah! The ridiculously oversized sword. Holy shit. Oh, that has me so excited. Holy crap. Let's go. Basil is doing great. Thank you for asking, Anthony. He just got up from his nap. And it looks like he's gone directly into a secondary nap. So, let's get ourselves back into the game. Make some progress today in our main quests. Maybe get a mount if we can do that. Really go for those main quests today. Don't really have a lot else to do. Yesterday we did a lot of guild quests. And I got some chocolate cookies, guys. Look at this. Like the British ones, the ones that are like soft. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. So good. Oh, look at her. She's so small. My family ordered pizza and potato wedges. Oh, nice, dude. What flavor pizza are you guys having? What's your family traditions, guys? Crushed Starnin? For sure. Yeah. What's up, Infamous? Welcome back. Can't wait for the Final Fantasy VII demo to drop. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. Did you catch the intro we were just watching? That looks so good. Who's this witch lady? Kinda into it. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when... we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. Okay, tell me more about this. Pepperoni, olives, mushroom. I'm Italian. Oh, you're Italian. Sorry, I should have been speaking in gestures to you. Funny thing, I have an Italian friend, and he actually does speak with gestures a lot. And I do too, it's funny, but you know, when an Italian does it, it's because he's Italian, or she. But when somebody else does it, it doesn't mean anything. I love it, dude. Questo. Cazzo. I'm basically fluent, as you can tell. Vitality and strength, that's not necessary. Vitality and mind. I'll grab that. And let's make sure to equip anything we might want. Boom. We just hit 100 intelligence. Very good. My mom made an espresso. Oh, nice, dude. I was just gonna ask you guys, what are some of the traditions you have for New Year's? Is there anything you guys do? In Spain, there's this kind of tradition of eating lentils on New Year's Eve. Go to the Waking Sands in Vesper Bay. In Vesper Bay. This is Western Thanalan. That's the one. I don't think we've unlocked any traveling spots there. Oh, we do have Western Thanalan. Let's do that one. I think it's gonna help. Not really. I don't really have any like New Year's traditions at this point that I stick to. Either. I mean, in some ways, I don't have this almost like a break where, you know, the year ends and the next one begins. That's not really the way I think about things. For me, it's more of a... I'm just, throughout the entire year, I'm doing this exercise of revising what I'm doing and then adjusting for better outcomes. So there isn't really anything extra I do, but I enjoy it. I look at some of the ceremonies that people have with some of the fireworks. I don't like to actually go out for the fireworks because people get way too crazy for me, and I don't have a good time. But so I'm a little bit boring in that sense. Thank you for that host, Anthony. You guys rock. Thank you for being here on New Year's Eve. I appreciate it. Malgin says half the province will be in front of the TV to watch the comedic review of the year. On a more personal level, family tradition slowly went away as kids grew older. So, do you guys just kind of enjoy your time together, basically? Kick back and relax? Joel, welcome back. Thank you for the Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. It's been awesome to meet you this year. All the basil hats. Yes. Thank you. How's it going, Joel? Are you doing anything today to celebrate, or just relaxing and enjoying some time off? What is going on? We're doing some questing here. 2020 Down Under. Hell yeah. These cookies are so good, man. Hell yeah. I have a little bit of a toothache on this side because of the wisdom teeth. Every few months I get a bit of irritation here due to how the wisdom tooth is coming out, and it's a bit annoying, so I haven't been able to have dinner, so that's why I'm eating on stream. I apologize for that, but we're gonna be snacking through this a little bit. Family dinner. Oh, recovering from last night. How was last night? Tell me some anecdotes. Family dinner at my mom's place tomorrow. No special food because of the new year. Just some time to spend together. That's lovely, dude. Do you guys get along? Your mom, your old folks, and yourself? Speak with the scion of the 7th dawn. Waking Sands. Is this, let's see here. Yeah, looks like it's here, at least. Enter. Cheers, guys. Ah. How come it doesn't show where we are? Okay. The map was a little weird there. Welcome to your new base of operation for the foreseeable future. Oh. Well, thank you, sir. I would like to take this vitality bracelet. Thank you. Ooh. Hello.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
Voice acting. We're being spoiled here, guys.
Well met, friend. My name is Minthelia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn.
Story will start to slowly pick up from here. Cool.
I have awaited your coming.
I'm not gonna make the joke. You're making the joke. Shut up.
Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience.
Phrasing.
All will be first. Let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the 7th Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals.
Hey, something that transcends political boundaries. Would be nice to have it today.
Their
or
existence
nowadays.
is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body?
Kind of.
All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo.
Oh.
The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you.
Tell me more about this.
It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the echo.
Do you want to play with Echo together?
With that established, let us return to the subject of the primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Okay. I have been convinced by your words. Oh no, the voice acting is over. Disaster! Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied to you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and become your little bitch. Joel! He says, sorry I froze. I spent New Year's with good friends and gooder whiskey at my house. Anybody in the Northern Hemisphere doing something special tonight for their celebrations? I don't do anything, let's say, special for the celebration, but it is a time of celebration for me, and even more than usual, revising, you know, how things have gone in the year, laying out some of the plans for New Year, and a bit of introspection, relaxation, and all of that good stuff. I played 20 minutes of Final Fantasy XIV and stopped playing. MMOs aren't for me. You know, I'm also not a big MMO guy, Infamous. But I enjoy the combat, I like the looks of the game, and the prospects of playing with people in the dungeons and stuff. For now, it's keeping me engaged. We'll see how much we're able to see of the story here, and how much it compels us to stay. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to a retainer's registry. As of now, you're entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars. Okay. Let this gesture serve. Okay, I get the idea. That was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them now. Now, our purpose and what we can offer you, I invite you to consider joining us. Good. Well, I'm joining you. I mean, I don't need more time to decide. So, password is Wild Rose. Okay. Lippy, what's up, man? Hey, Happy New Year, Lippy. Reg will join. Not today. He's got some stuff going on, but he will definitely join in the future. So, retainers are helpful NPCs who can be hired by players to carry such tasks as storing excess skill and gear or selling unwanted items to the markets. Okay. I will go wither the wild rose blooms.
I
started
it you
Gravity
help us.
Rush yesterday. Oh, was that a PS Vita game? Infamous? That looked like a really cool game. I never got to play it.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down.
Also, they did a second one, didn't they? Gravity Rush 2?
But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order.
Some MMO can be played a very long single-player game. Final Fantasy XIV is one of them. That's a positive for me. Yeah, the focus is on the story, even though at first...
Tell me, does the name Charlian ring any bells?
It's not very memorable. I know I've heard it gets a lot better, so...
It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Charlians were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea.
It's remastered on PS4 now. The first game is short, but the second game is a long game. Gotcha.
When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Papalimo. The two are charged with surveying the 12
Papalimo. He's Italian man. Oh, salami. I don't know words in Italian.
Hello there.
Zionus, what's up? Why is your art style different from mine? Ooh, I'm using something called G-Shade, Zionus. By the way, welcome to the stream and Happy New Year, my dude. If you Google G-Shade, there's a downloader and it's fairly straightforward. I can walk you through the steps once you get to it. And that's how I have this, like, Borderlands look to the game. Idberit, what's up, man? Excuse me, that's Italian, my friend. It's Italian, cazzo. Everyone is raving about the endgame for this, if you can grind that far. Exactly. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get there, Lippy, but I'm certainly gonna try.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
And Idberit, Happy New Year, man. Welcome back.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Are you questioning my Italian accent, dude?
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you.
Y'shtola.
Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within
What's up,
these
Michelle?
halls. Pray seek him out whenever you
And
have
ODM,
questions.
welcome back. Happy New Year, guys. Cheers. How's it going? Guys, we were talking about New Year's Eve traditions. What do you guys got for me? Do you have anything planned for New Year's Eve? Or are you boring like me? Figured I'd pop in, I appreciate it. Excuse me, Idberit, is that a judgmental Johnny face? Are you saying my Italian is not good? Cazzo. Questo è inaccettabile. I don't know the words, dude. But the gestures go a long way. Do you know what I mean? Johnny, stop. Okay, let's move on. I'm calling the police. Lippy says light drinking, good scotch. Nice, my dude. Enjoy your scotch. Which scotch do you go for? Johnny Walker? We can still be friends if it's not Johnny Walker, but you know, that will give you some points. I am doing great, ODM. Thank you for asking. I have a bit of a toothache, but aside from that, I'm fucking dandy. And popping with excitement
The words
for
of a
2020.
dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
Michelle, I need to stop everything and ask you. Have you seen the Final Fantasy VII intro from the demo that's been leaked? And I need to know your answer ASAP, please. She hasn't seen it, guys. Guys. You must see it and tell me what you think. It's only a 3-minute thing.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose.
Do you know what? Let's watch it together again. I know it's gonna be super annoying for people who were here, but we're gonna do it, man. It's fucking New Year's, and we're gonna watch it together. Here we go, guys. You ready for this shit? Hold your underwear. Old Pulteney is a great scotch. Very nice. Yep. Lagavulin? Oh, that's good. Just to say, before we even move forwards, they already have my money here, right? I'm already... Do you know what I mean? I have my $50 totally ready for them at this point. I don't need to see more, but let's proceed. What's up, 16-bit heroes? Happy New Year, my dude. Cheers. Jesus, people are dicks, man. She's a flower seller. Anything would spook her, Michelle. Rip Flower. Oh, the updated music is so good, dude. The reorchestrations are amazing. Like the battle music they showed was insanely good. Dude, this looks so cool. A bit of a graphical upgrade, Lippy, over the original. Right. Fuck yeah. My name's Barrett. I'm a large man.
Get down here, Merc.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. That's all the video shows, but I'm
We
so
sought out Minfilia
pumped for
and
that.
others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Yeah, Lippy, a few more polygons, right? I still remember Tifa was like a total of 5 polygons or some shit. I still had a crush on her, even at that level of definition. They even have fingers now. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Does it have a fixed date, by the way? I think it's February, isn't it?
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm.
Infamous, you're looking forward to the music more than the game. I think for me it's both, man. It's how they come together. It's fucking magical.
Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
A good game is timeless? Yes, but at the same time, if you're someone who didn't play Final Fantasy VII back in the day, and you go into it now, you know, the graphics can easily put you off. Not everybody, some people get along with it, but, you know, it has aged pretty poorly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But
That's a little
without
fast
further ado,
for me.
I would assign you your first task.
Can you just kick her, please? Michelle, we need to talk about your aggression.
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Straight up yeet. Why do you wanna yeet everything? You're someone who wanted to yeet Baby Yoda. I don't mean to out you or anything, but that's just, you know, bad.
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
ODM says, of course, it's a remake, but the story and gameplay is super great from the original and it translates good to a new remake, for sure. Yeah. Some of that stuff is outdated, like some of the format, but certainly it's still a great game. Princess Ruby, welcome back. Happy New Year. What is this filter? This is something called G-Shade, that it's totally free, and if you Google that, you can download. It's a simple installer, and then from there I can show you which presets I used, if you want, so you can do exactly the same that I did, or tweak it on your side. I think it looks really cool with this Borderlands cel-shaded look.
We have received a
Thank you for
request
the
aid
follow.
from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
Princess Ruby, do you have any New Year's Eve either plans or rituals or, you know, traditions that you do? We were talking about it, and
would be
it sounds
my
like most of
pleasure.
us don't have anything super, you know, formal.
Some days ago, a crystal caravan
It
registered
was a little
to
funny, yes,
Amagina and
Michelle.
Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo.
Infamous said Final Fantasy VII gameplay I didn't click with, but the story, music, and characters kept me playing. I liked the gameplay, but it was certainly slow and
But there is
grindy.
more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
But then again, I did all of the end game stuff, and that took a lot of grind.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence.
Sure. So if you Google G-Shade, sorry, that should take you to a page where you can download the installer. If you can't find it, I can send you a link to the exact place, and then I can guide you step by step. No worries.
Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
A primal? What is a primal?
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit.
Start setting up these cables in a few moments. Cool, cool.
If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
Ooh. Ifrit, Shiva, all these are called primals? Like summons? I see.
You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Nice accent, dude. All jokes aside, I wish I could do an accent like that. That would be awesome. Good show. I can't. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna spare you. Why is everyone a furry? We don't kink shame here, Michelle. You know, that's cool. If it's what people are into, as long as they can establish consent, I'm good. Speak with Isambard at the Camp Dry Bone. More or less guardians of the native tribes in this land. They would summon them in time of need. So like Bahamut in that cutscene from before. Do you know what I mean? If you're a furry, you're not hurting anybody. It could be way worse, you know? Okay, so where is this man? He is, of course, in a totally different area. He's in Eastern Thanalan. Eastern Thanalan. And we are, let's see here, can we center on ourselves real quick? Vesper Bay. So we're in Western... Here we go. We're in Western Thanalan over there. We would need to go like so. Central Thanalan. Well, the good thing is that if we do this, we're gonna unlock a few crystals, which will probably be helpful. So let's just do that. It will take a little while. I'm sorry. You repent? That's okay. You know, I've been thinking about the folks that... No, I do not wish to join this fate. I resign of this fate. The folks that put together PayPal, so this is of course Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and I think maybe a couple other dudes. As much as the product itself, PayPal is, you know, it's a great platform and stuff. And I'm sure it took a lot of effort to, you know, to create that. The real magic is not creating the thing, is making people use it, right? That was the real... Can we use this? That was the real magic, guys. Imagine that. You create this new like banking system or like financial application, and now you're tasked with getting people that already have other systems to use yours over their systems that are already established. How the hell do you do that? That's real magic right there. You have to go. I'll see you later, Michelle. Happy New Year, and have a good stream. Guys, if you don't already follow Michelle, make sure to drop her a cheeky follow. She streams regularly as well, and it's very cool stuff. We'll catch you later. Don't let Michelle use any sharp objects such as scissors or her wit or her acid tongue. Very well. Thank you for the shout out. So that's I was thinking about that today because it connects with many of the things that I typically think about in terms of YouTube and content creation and making music, honestly. I don't know how to... Let me look at the map here. Do we have to jump down? Is that what's going on? I don't think so. That does not look promising at all. Maybe let's try the bridge over there. In many ways... Stop it with the fates already. In many ways, you know, creating your product, be it some form of content like a video or a song, is the easy part. As hard as that is, and as much, you know, just mastery and practice that takes, really that's the easy part. The hard part, you know, that is a solvable problem. You can go out there, you can get the skills necessary to do all the technical stuff, but your character still looks like he has a worm coming out of his ass. Excuse me, that is his glorious tail, sir. That is because those guys are geniuses. Yes, but I think that not only are they geniuses in terms of, you know, creating, like I say, a great product, but I don't know how they did, like I say, that magic step of getting people to actually use it. Because that, to me, you know, that's, again, the part that is not a solvable problem in a way that everybody can repeat. You look at all these... There was a really interesting video put out by Engadget on YouTube about burnout. And they talked to many like big YouTube creators, and all of them had one video that went, you know, basically viral at some point. And then from there, they built on it, you know, and they did a great job, worked really hard, of course. I'm not removing merit. But what I'm saying is, they had no control over which video was the first one to go viral and put them on the map, so to speak. And then after that, people started seeing their content, and, you know, they had to, at that point, do a good job and continue to do good stuff. But that first step of getting your first break, let's say, on any platform, be it, you know, Twitter, YouTube, or maybe Twitch. Twitch is harder because it doesn't have a real discovery system in place. But that step is something that fascinates me, you know, and it's almost like the holy grail that everybody's looking for, and I don't think anybody has. I think what I'm seeing from all of these creators that talk about how they got their first big break, it was always something, I'm not gonna say random, it was something they didn't expect. Racist white boy. Wow. That is a provocative nickname. I hope that doesn't represent you. Thank you for the follow, though. So, you know, that fascinates me to no end. And so, again, just to come back full circle to the PayPal thing, it seems impossible to me how they were able to get people that were using other stuff and already had systems established to switch, right? That's the big thing. People are already doing these things, but you want to convince them to switch to your shit. So you need to provide something there to cause that shift. It's almost like the natural state of something. I don't wish to join the fate. Thank you. You know, the natural, let's say that you have a frozen beer. The natural state of it is to unfreeze. You need to provide energy in the form of, you know, cold to, let's say, to keep it frozen, right? It's not a very good example, but you understand the idea. So it's almost like you need some exceptional input from your part to cause a shift. There we go. I just got Fallen Order flashbacks with those frogs. Oh yeah. Oh dude, I hated those frogs. Screw those frogs. Strength and vitality, vitality and mind. This is a new necklace, which I don't think we need. We're gonna grab the gold for now. And the XP. And he's got another mission for us. Dude, enjoy Fallen Order. I thought that was an outstanding game. Where do we have to go? Okay, let's see here. Wait. Unsolved mystery. Speak with young executioner on the Astalicia. Where the hell is that, dude? Sanalon. Okay. Dude, the map doesn't always work that well. I don't know. Like, it doesn't always show what it's supposed to show. But regardless, we're getting there, I think. It's definitely not in here. Shopkeep. Okay, I actually don't think it's in the town. Is it? It's probably not in the town. Let's try to go outside of it. And then the other thing that I was thinking about today is I was hanging out in someone else's stream, and someone asked, and I was in a new stream that I don't typically am in, and he was a cool dude, and they were talking about like really deep stuff, and the one question that came up was whether or not a marriage can survive betrayal. And I haven't been married, right? And so I have no idea. But I thought it interesting that everybody in there seemed to say that yes, it can. So what do you guys think? If you were married to someone and they betrayed you in a big way, let's say maybe they cheated on you, would you consider, you know, obviously we can't know for sure, but would you consider, you know, forgiving them and moving past that? How do you guys feel about that? Obviously, you wouldn't feel good about it, but, you know. Oh, take that damage, my dude. Oh, yeah. Dude, our gameplay ability has improved so much with changing the positioning of our skills and stuff. It's so much better now. Indifference, Happy New Year's, man. Welcome back. The Chocobo Keep person you passed on your way out, that's not a quest. Giver. What do you mean, Malgin? That's not a quest giver. It's the mount system between towns. You can talk to them and link each town for faster travel. But that's if you want to rent a Chocobo, right? I don't pay for Chocobos, man. I want to get my own. ODM says it can all depend on the person betrayed, but it's not an easy thing. Yeah, it wouldn't be easy for sure. It would be horrible. Betrayal, well, I guess it can come in many forms, but yeah, I was mainly thinking about cheating, I guess, when they said that. Big damage coming out. Give him the D. Holy shit. Our damage is out of control. Basil just said a swear? Oh no. Well, he was quoting me, so he can blame me for that. Goals for next year: find a job, go back to school, pay off debt, get in better shape. Those are good goals. Do you know what makes a good goal, in my opinion, obviously? And the ones you said are good goals, is things that you can evaluate whether or not you, objectively, whether or not you accomplished them. Because if you say something very vague, like, you know, become a better person. I don't know, that's very vague, isn't it? Did you become a better person? How much of a better person did you want to become? And did you achieve that? You know, like, if you can't quantify it in some way or say that you either did it or didn't, it makes it, in my opinion, a poor goal to chase. It's rent a Chocobo between two towns. Sometimes it can save you a minute. Or I've hopped on one and went for a bio? Oh, like that. So you use it as a taxi. Infamous said I wouldn't be able to if it deals with cheating. Right. Wait, who's 7 years old? Sorry, I missed your comments there. Iberit said, dumped their ass, end of story. It's too... Oh, the baby is born? Wow, I totally forgot about that, dude. 7 months. How's she doing? Congrats again on that. I know we talked about it when it happened, but it's been a while since we mentioned it. Oh, sorry, 7 weeks? Okay. That aligns more with my recollection. I didn't think it was that long ago that we talked about it. How's she doing, man? I know the first weeks can be a little rough. Keep going with the questing here. Advance as much as we can. Alright, deliver it blah, 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 to Ungust. Ungust. It looks like my dude Ungust is here. She's absolutely fine, but already has her dad worked out. Like she knows how to play you. Dude, we're so exceptionally good at delivering letters. It's phenomenal. It's all our Death Stranding training. Hangry beggar. She knows exactly how to play you. Wait, what's her name, Idbury? If you want to share with us. If not, that's cool, man. Sleep hasn't been too bad for myself due to work, but my wife is tired. Well, at least you have, you know, you have her to rely on for that stuff. And certainly, you know, the kid is super fortunate to have both of you. A lot of kids grow into a one-parent household, and it's very difficult for them. Yeah. But I'm glad it's going well, man. It's again, something I have a big admiration and respect for. It's the upbringing of another human being. Her name is Japanese and it means bringing light to darkness. I think you actually showed me, now that you mention it, I think you actually showed me the kanji for it, right? The Japanese writing for it. It's all coming back to me. So that dude is inside of the church? This does not look like a church. Maybe in here, right? Yeah. I guess not. There's no way to continue from here, so. Alright, we'll try to go around the town, maybe? Maybe that's what's going on? So, I guess to give you my perspective on that question about betrayal, again, in my limited experience with, you know, I haven't been married, so I don't know, and I really haven't had something that would be comparable in terms of commitment when it comes to relationships. But I think I probably wouldn't be able to get past like a cheating situation, because that would just reveal that I was really sorely mistaken in having chosen that person as a partner, really, you know, and maybe there's some big indication in a big way that the person, you know, it has learned and has changed after that, but I think just the odds are with not being able to get past that on my side. Joel said a relative of mine was cheated on twice. That's brutal, man. Sorry about that. But stayed in their marriage and took a lot of flack from my side of the family for forgiving her partner, for putting up with the disrespect they suffered. The marriage is now back on track, and in hindsight, perhaps that was actually a very brave course to take, the hard road towards reconciliation that they took. I think that's right. You know, in hindsight, we can always say it worked out for the better, but it really depends on the case, right? we can't really do like a general prescription for something like that, but I think overall it would be very hard to get past something like that. Lay the embalmed corpse at the graveside. Okay. And this way. It's a one-on-one situation. Yeah, exactly. Embalmed corpse. There we go. Now bury the embalmed corpse. Damn, dude, that's some nasty work we're doing here. Report back to Mark. Woo! Let's go. So many quests, man. Everybody needs shit done. Holy crap. I'm not grabbing any of these quests because we're just filling up our maximum amount of quests we can track, so it doesn't really make sense to grab them, I think. And now back to the camp. It's interesting to think about stuff like that, and luckily, you know, I personally, and hopefully you guys aren't facing that, but it's cool to, or at least it's interesting to think about. The other thing that someone mentioned to me today is that there was another shooting in, I think it was Texas, and what happened on that one, you know, sadly, a couple people died, so you know, it's just horrible stuff, right? The shootings. And what was peculiar in this one is that I think it was about 6 people that were present immediately shut down the whole thing because they were doing concealed carry, so they were also carrying guns. So it was one of those examples of, I guess, you know, it kind of worked out that people had guns. It's such a difficult problem for me to think about, the gun situation, because I just have zero inclination to use or own guns. I just don't, you know, I don't get it, right? So when someone tells me, listen man, I want the right to have a gun, I understand where they're coming from, but I have no ability to feel that, you know, like to sympathize totally with that. So I guess if I was put in a country where there's a real gun problem, maybe I would think that the only solution is to have a gun to defend myself. So I guess I can see that side of the argument, but for me it's always been like very difficult to understand why, you know, why people are so keen on having guns. It doesn't seem like a great way to protect yourself. It seems like a lot of the time it backfires, not literally, right? The church one. Yeah, it's the church one, Joel. We always have to preface it with saying it's, you know, it's a fucking tragedy, right? People died there. But in some ways, I'm glad they were able to shut it down quickly in this particular case. And it is, to some extent, inspiring to see this instinct that we have of protecting each other sometimes. Even putting ourselves at risk, right? In that case, almost like being the first line of defense, or you know, if you have a kid and someone goes into your home I think there's this very natural instinct of us being the front line, especially, I think, traditionally male parents, just because of how biology works, but more and more women are also adopting that role. But just that instinct of, you know, putting yourself on the line for someone else, it's something pretty inspiring that I find in those situations. You know, I'm not saying anything about the gun control issue, I'm just saying in general, at the very least, that bit of it I find as a silver lining and as something inspiring to look at. Infamous says, I live in America and I just never had the thought of having a gun. I just don't need one. Interesting. Again, people have different perspectives, right? And it's not a one variable problem, so we can't just say that it's a trivial thing. Smart people have different opinions on this, but yeah, man, it's a difficult thing to look at and like propose solutions to it as well, because every solution is, you know, in the real world, you don't have just like a perfect solution for things, right? It's not as simple as that. Like I say, the real world is not a one variable system. So you always have to think in terms of costs and benefits, right? And then you gotta do a bit of an analysis there. So, you know, to say that one thing is just the solution, period, I think it's to way oversimplify the problem. Report to Eisenberg at Camp Drybone. The way I understand, you know, it's the, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the Second Amendment, right, in the in the USA Constitution that that protects the right to have guns. Again, I'm not American and never lived in America, so, you know, forgive me if I get something wrong here, but I think as far as my understanding goes, one of the main reasons for that was to protect against a nefarious state, like a government, right? Like a malicious government, and to give citizens the ability to basically resist. I think that was a thing, at least. And so, you know, that part of it to me seems, I don't know how to put it, but it just seems unthinkable that something like that would happen, specifically in America, where you would need the citizens to be an armed militia, and that would be your only and best option to defend against like I don't know, like a bad government or something like that. So I don't know if that's still one of the reasons why people hold on to that, but it seems, and you know, to be fair, I am fairly progressive overall in my views, so maybe, you know, obviously people have different perspectives on this, and I'd be happy to hear yours if you have a different one, but it seems that that aspect of it, at least, you know, it is not likely to come into play, luckily. I don't mean to get too political here, but it was something I was thinking about, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. This is not like a partisan stream, so so I'm typically never gonna, let's say, endorse a particular candidate or party, and typically when I talk about these issues, I try to outline the different positions on the issue, like I hopefully did here. So don't take it as a full endorsement one way or another from my part. Take it as me having a conversation with you guys and trying to have meaningful conversations. But I hope nobody is offended by, some of these topics. I know they're emotionally charged and they affect some people directly. So what a lot of people don't understand is that the right to bear arms was made in a time where they didn't have semi-auto guns. The law needs to be reviewed. I would care less if you own a gun, but it's out of hand in America. Right. And I think the argument I hear on the conservative side of that is that a lot of the shootings are done by non-automatic guns, like just pistols, just like small guns. And I think that those would still be allowed, right? Even if we add some control for automatic guns, which, to be honest, I actually find reasonable. I don't think there's any justification for anybody to be running around with an assault rifle. I would agree with that, but I just don't know if it would, solve that problem. It might help for sure. Although, again, I'm not informed enough to know. But also, my perspective as an outsider is probably not as... I'm probably not in touch with the problem as much as you guys are, for sure. So, take everything with a grain of salt. Search for a clue in the Amalja encampment. You see what I'm saying, guys? It doesn't really tell me where to go right now. So, I'm clicking this, right? It brings up the map, but it doesn't have an indication of where we gotta go. And now when I select Thainalan, now it shows it to me. Isn't that weird? I don't know if that's a bit of a bug, but... Oh! Really, dude? You gonna do me like that? No chance, man. We have such good damage with that combo. The faster combo is so good. Here we go. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention, guys, we've talked about the let me lower the volume a little bit. A bit too loud. We've talked about the Saturday interviews or conversations that we've been having on the channel with different people. If you have anybody you would like me to talk to, definitely suggest it to me. I'm totally open to chatting with anyone. So if there's a streamer or someone in any space really that you think would be interesting to talk to, put me in touch with them. That would be fantastic. I'm trying to get some physicists on the channel because I have a lot of interest in science. I have a philosophy major friend that I'm trying to get to. So, just a lot of different fields. I have a very broad list of interests. Bill Murray. Sorry, I don't have any connections. All right. Well, I'll tell my people. I'll tell my people to try to get in touch, but no promises, right? No promises, dude. But I've been really happy with those. That's one of the takeaways that I'm gonna try to implement more and more in the new year, is the interview or conversation format. I think that's really something I wanna do more and more. You know, that's really cool stuff. Oh, ODM has redeemed a Basil appearance. You hear that, buddy? Wherever you are. Can we get a Basil? Let's see here. Let's get some treats. Adam Driver? I actually don't know him. Basil! It's treat time, buddy. Oh, yeah! Oh! That smells so good! ODM-chan has paid 2,000 coins or 2,000 Basil tokens for this treat, buddy. Come on, you need to jump. It's the only course of action available for you. Yeah? Come on, buddy. Come on. We need to train him, guys, to the point where he just jumps directly. Right now, he's too lazy. Oh, he can smell it. Yeah, come get it, buddy. Come on. Get the treat, you fuck. It's up here. This is a bit of a training session, I apologize. I want to see the star. Okay, let's do this. Oh yeah, it's a Basil. Look, buddy. Ooh. Now say hi to ODM. Hello. We need to get a better angle on this. Buddy, that's mine. That's not yours. That's not yours. Okay. Oh, yeah. And we got another Basil appearance. Good boy, buddy. Was it good? Was it a good treat? Another treat? Somebody gave you another treat, buddy? It's another treat. I'm only giving it to you in the baby Basil position, buddy. Let's go, baby Basil. Oh, yeah. There we go. Get the treat, buddy. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Rakash, for that treat. As well, I'm not gonna give him a third treat, guys. He needs to watch his, you know, his food intake, and we can't do too much. But thank you for those redemptions. Thank you for, you know, sticking around while we do the whole Basil scene. I'm gonna have a better setup for when we do Basil appearances. Maybe have one of the cameras just, you know, put in a better position for that. Make him fat. Already see the rolls. We gotta be careful with that. Yeah, he can get fat if we don't control it. All kinds of health issues can come with that. I request a panel discussion with celebrity science Lawrence Krauss, Richard Dawkins, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Brian Cox. I'm a big fan of all of those, so I'll get right on that, Joel. Let me just take off my hoodie here. All right. Rocking that Twitch shirt. Look at me, Twitch. Showcase my channel, you fucks. Basil GoPro? That would be interesting. Dude, I would be so starstruck in a conversation with one of those people. But I think I actually could have a meaningful conversation with them. Obviously, they operate at a way higher level, but they are all pretty good. One of the things they share is they're all pretty good at talking with people that have different levels of knowledge. It's one of the reasons why they're good communicators, right? Let's grab this. This seems pretty good. Yep. Getting good stats, dude. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. A very in-depth investigation. Hit me up when need a dungeon tank. I'm right by you. Thank you, my man. I will let you know when one comes up. Oh! Look at you! You look pretty good, dude. I like your armor. It's got style. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, so speak with different people. Why are they locked right now? What's going on here? In a weathered oh, we need to speak with them in a weathered shepherd's tunic and a pair of weathered shepherd's slops. Let's see here. Do we have a weathered shepherd's tunic? And doesn't look like we have the boots we needed. A pair of weathered shepherd's slops? What are slops? What the hell are slops, dude? Let's see here. The gloves, maybe? You need to speak with me. Oh, there we go. Okay. Doesn't look that good, but we'll live with it for a little bit. They're pants. Okay. Thank you. Roll with it, he says. Alright. Neural Flame Captain. Very good. Disguised. Ah. That cider is pretty good, man. Slops are your pants after New Year's? It looks like... Let's see here. Looks like a cotton pair of pants. I don't know. Come on, we're missing 2 people. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, hello. She's pretty cute. Wait, where's the other person? What? Supposed to be right here. Oh, is it on the roof? On the roof? I find it funny, some people call it rough. I've always said roof, but I don't even know how to get up there. Let's see here. So one of the things that I talked about yesterday, I know not everybody was able to make it, so I'll just mention again today. One of the things I'm really gonna try to push on the next year, there she is the YouTube channel. And I have a lot of ideas, guys, you know, just a lot of stuff that I wanna try. Again, you never know what's gonna work fully, so you have to try different things and get creative with it, and I plan on doing that. But currently I only have one day in the week that I have free to do YouTube, to film YouTube videos, which is Thursday. So if you think that I don't stream on Thursdays because I want to sit on the couch, you know, you're mistaken. I spend all of my free time on Thursday filming for the YouTube videos, and so I'm gonna take some more time so that I can create more content on YouTube with more regularity. And sadly, you know, that time has to come from somewhere, and the only place I can pull from is some of the streams we do. So all I'm gonna do is take the Tuesday for YouTube as well, essentially. So, you know, I'm sorry about that. For 1 year now we've kept this solid schedule of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and I'm really proud of that. And it has not been, you know, a burnout to me in any way. But I need some more time so I can push the YouTube in a more powerful way. I really think that I have the tools to do something awesome on YouTube, but I need some more trial and error to figure out what catches people, what captures people there. And I haven't yet. You know, after years of doing YouTube, the sad truth is that I still haven't found, like the song goes, what I'm looking for. And so Jaxrun says, welcome to the game. Thank you so much, Jaxrun. Happy New Year, my friend. Sorry I was going on a bit of a ramble here. And yes, we're using something called G-Shade. So if you Google this, I'll write it down for you. If you Google that, there's a downloader. It's very easy to install. And from there, I can guide you step by step if you want to have the same look that I have. There are many presets you can try on and see what you like. It's very quick and easy to switch between presets. And basically what it does is it changes the way the game is being rendered. And you can make tweaks to it. It looks really good, I think, for the game here. Live Basil Cam on YouTube. That's money. Well, I do feature him. Every time I do a video, there's close-ups of the product I'm talking about with the new camera. I'm really trying to do some awesome stuff with that. And typically, I always have a Basil cameo. So, you know, if you keep an eye for it, Basil always shows up in those. But it's a nice shift. It has a very Borderlands look now. Exactly. That's what I was going for. I think it looks great. Very comic book like, and it fits with the vibe of the game very well. Yeah, just very artistic, isn't it? So anyways, that was a bit of a long ramble, but I wanted to walk you through the reason why I'm making this slight tweak. So the times you see in the panels right now, the only change to that is that Tuesdays are now gonna be off because I'm gonna be filming YouTube stuff. So we're gonna make up for that with bonus streams here and there. It looks like one of Square Enix's more cartoony Final Fantasies. It does, yeah. I think it looks quite unique, to be honest. And combined with how the UI reminds me of Final Fantasy XII, it really, really looks great for me. So I'm not super interested in this quest, as you guys can tell. I'm reading quite quickly. If there's anything I find of interest, I'll mention to you. But I'm finding a lot of these starting quests to be a bit, you know, I don't want to say uninspired, but not something I want to read out loud all the way through. I think it will just take very long for us to do that. And I'm not feeling it adds a whole lot. I am excited for some of the more recent content, because that looks really interesting. It's about to get much more interesting. So yeah, you know, if I think there's more stuff there, we'll do like full voice acting and stuff. But I also want to just advance as much as I can, because there's so much game to get to, and you know, time is of the essence, right? There's so many games we want to get to that I can't afford to spend 120 hours here. So this is back in Olda Horizon. I think we can do a quick travel here. Let's see. Olda Western Horizon. Let's do that. Jaxron, how's it going, man? Also, Jaxron, do you have any New Year's Eve rituals or plans for today? We were talking about that earlier. You're not alone. ARR was a very long grind to 50, but once you get past the main story quest, it really kicks off and then hits turbo when you hit Heaven's Sword. That's what I heard, man, so I'm really excited for that. And for Shadowbringers, you know, several people told me, look, man, if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, which I am, right, I've played all of them, Shadowbringers as a story is so fucking good that just it, in and of itself, warrants a playthrough. So that's a big claim, right? And I don't take it lightly, but at the same time, enough people have said it that I want to try to get there. I don't know if I can. We'll see. So far, it's been enjoyable. Like, the combat is nice, the music is fucking awesome, and it looks great. So we'll see how it goes, man. Plus, the dungeons are quite good. I find them quite enjoyable. Plus, I can do all of the content single player if I have to, which is very useful as a streamer, because you can't always find people to play with, and a lot of times I wanna do my own discourse. I don't want to necessarily have someone I'm chatting with. Oblivion, what's up, man? You can just ditch Topaz Carbuncle 99% of the time. I kind of do. I don't find him super useful. You know, the barrier is okay, but it doesn't add a ton. And I'm convinced in going healer. I want to go down the healer route. So summoning is not really gonna be a big focus of mine anyways. Let's see. Is this man in here? I think so. Let's try it. Oblivion, how's it going, man? Happy New Year. And if you have any traditions or anything planned for tonight, would be awesome if you want to share with us. We were talking about some of our traditions. You see how the map doesn't always update? That's a bit annoying. And thank you for the follow, Jaxron. Welcome, man. Enjoy your stay. The shield is useful in phase 1 of T, and that's about it. Okay. Yeah, it hasn't been super useful so far, but you know, it's there, so if we need it. Really, the main crux for me is the combo, the faster combo, so you get all of the dot damage over time, right? And then you pop the faster, and that's a big like burst of damage. So that's my main play right now. But he's cute, he is, so I do summon him because I do like seeing him around. You don't really have to worry about T for a long time. Ooh, sorry, what is T? I'm a newcomer to the game, so bear with me. I don't have all the lingo yet, but I'm willing, I'm excited to learn all this stuff. Tenacity is a stat? What does it do, dude? Tenacity? I have not seen that as a stat. Oh, it's a roll. Affects the amount of physical and magical damage dealt and received. Interesting. Okay, good. Let's grab the robe. We'll call it good. Tenacity is a tank stat. I was tempted to do a tank. I've never done a tank in one of these games. Looks like this is the best gear for us. Good. It also looks pretty dope, if I do say so myself. The Epic of Alexander Ultimate. Oh, the Epic of Alexander. Basically the hardest fight in the game at the moment. Whoa. Okay. Tenacity. It will be interesting if we can do a secondary job. Tenacity is something that I would like to play with. If we do like a secondary tank, that'd be dope. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. Okay, good. So, are they gonna teach me materia finally? Because I've been looking at my gear, and a lot of it has materia slots. It looks like they're teaching me materia. Yeah. So let's see here. This is Central Sanolin. I think we have a travel point there. Yeah, let's go. Thank you for being here, guys, in the New Year's Eve. I really appreciate it. It's awesome to have you guys around. Materia is like gem slots in WoW. So yeah, I mean, I imagine it's like... And thank you for the follow. Quick Thunder. Nice nickname. I imagine it's like Final Fantasy VII or like traditional Final Fantasy games, right? Something like that. I haven't played WoW, by the way. I should say, for anybody that's new to the channel, I'm a total newcomer to the genre. So there's a lot of basic stuff that I might not know yet, but again, I'm very excited to learn all of it. So there might be just some gaps of knowledge there that we have to bridge. It's useful, it saves your life, otherwise it's bad compared to other stats. Sort of, but it's only stat boosts, not abilities. Oh, gotcha. And does the materia level up as well? Because, you know, in Final Fantasy VII, the kicker was that your materia was leveling up alongside you. They come in different grades. Gotcha. So it's just boosts, right? Good. Let's hand this over. Alright, buddy. Give me the materia. Give me the power.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Ooh, how you doing? Phobos. If materia joined with other fighty tool, then Big Eyes fighty tool gains power of air self. Okay. I'm not very good at reading the weird English stuff. Tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. The mask looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, dude. I dig it. If you level crafters, you can overmeld your gear up to 5 materia, even if your gear doesn't have 5 slots to begin with. Oh, Gooby speak. Yeah, it's very hard for me to read. It's not my native language as well, so it's not the easiest thing. Materia isn't really something to be worried about until endgame, since it only works for substats. Gotcha. Thank you. So I'll use whatever I pick up, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to min-max that sort of stuff. So, has anybody here played Shadowbringers? Because I was just talking about, you know, people were really hyping it for me as some of the best, like, storytelling in Final Fantasy. Jax runs 16-bit heroes. What do you guys think? Do you think it lives up to the hype? Oblivion as well. We got a lot of experienced people here with the game. That's awesome. It was amazing. Nice, dude. I'm excited to get to that. I hope I'm able to get to that in a timely fashion. Which is why we're trying to push through some of these quests, but... Alright, good. Okay, so we need to go... Let's see here. Yeah, sometimes the map doesn't update on its own, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. I'm gonna keep teleporting. I know it costs a little bit of gil, but dude, we got 120,000 gil. Which, you know, is gonna... We shouldn't worry about that for now. I'm a player from RR launch. Oh, nice, dude. It was amazing. I got completely robbed at the game. It got completely robbed at the Game Awards because of their BS buyouts. I think the Game Awards is... It's never been a good reflection for me of anything at all. So... I'm always very happy of whoever wins. You know, I think it's great if they get prestige out of that. I'm all for it. But I don't really use it as something to take very seriously when it comes to you know, to what's the best game actually. So I would join you, but I'm on a different data center. Yeah, I'm in the Cerberus Light European Center. That's the only thing that bugs me a little, Jaxrun, is the fact that even though you have crossplay with PS4, which is awesome, right? I wish more games had it. You don't have crossplay between servers. And there's no way... I think there's a way you can pay to move your character. But if you want to play with people in different regions, you can't do that, right? You need to make a brand new character. And I assume you have to go through all of the story again with a new character, right? It wouldn't be like just a new job where you retain all your progress and quests. You have crossplay of servers, but not data centers. Sorry, that's what I meant. I know that within the same data center, there's crossplay, but I meant different regions. Yeah. Is the PS4 version any good? Do you know what? I heard it's pretty okay, dude. Yeah, I heard it's pretty good. They've put a lot of work into making the controls quite accessible for gamepad. You know, they've customized it for gamepad, and I think it works fairly well. It's never gonna give you the same flexibility and control that you have. You know, here I can be running, and if I want to resize the map on the go and do anything like that, I can do all that sort of stuff, which, you know, that's why I love PC. But as far as it's possible to make a good version, I think they've done it here. So kudos to them. Joel said, I see it's about 8:45 here in London. Come on, let's go. All the way to midnight? Oh, do you want to make the push to midnight, Joel? Do you think we can make it, dude? Blow off any plans and just entertain us. No rest till midnight. To the tune of No Sleep Till Brooklyn of the Beastie Boys. I can try, man. I can't promise you I'll be able to, because it has been a long day at work, but we'll see if we can keep the party going, dude. It would be awesome. Yeah. I'm doing the story all over again, and yeah, it costs money. And Jackson said, but they do have character transfers between data centers, though that moves your entire character permanently. And you have to pay an amount of money, right? Yeah, that's what 16-bit was saying. You don't need to go to midnight to get your highlight tonight. I'd been here until midnight. Well, let's try it, guys. We'll try it. I've never done a stream until midnight, but we'll see if we can make it, dude. You're about to hit a big fight? Okay, that's exciting. Alright, lady. Let's get it on. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to the Camp Drybone and report. Okay. Well, I think I'm ready. Camp Drybone. Hopefully we activated that crystal. Yeah, good. So at least I'm doing a better job of activating some of the teleportation stuff. The intro cutscene for this fight is really long. Oh, dude, really? Let's go check it out. What's up, Flame Sergeant? Ah, you're Jonny Plays of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. Allow me to brief you on your mission. The lizard men aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Okay, let's do it. Jonny, I know it's cliche, but any New Year's resolutions? I have a few. I haven't really... I need to basically take some time to frame them better, but it's one thing is at work. I've really, you know, pushed the boundaries at work. I'm really happy about it this year, and so next year it's just, you know, see how far I can push it even further. And I'm gonna have 7 people. So for people who don't know, I'm a software engineer as my day job, and in 1 year I went from a single contributor to now having 7 people reporting to me. So, you know, it's a big challenge to become the kind of person that can do that well, right? So this year, one of the things I want to do is just a lot of just self-growth in that territory. And then when it comes to my passion and my drive for just the creative side of things, you know, the stream, YouTube videos, my music, all of that stuff, I want to take it to the next level, whatever that means. I don't know yet, right? Which is the exciting part, but I'm going to keep experimenting, and I'm going to keep trying to make every fucking video and every fucking stream as amazing as I can with all the tools that I have at my disposal, technical and otherwise. So those are really the 2 main things I'm focusing on. Congratulations with work. We wish you the best. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Sorry, Jackson, you were saying also big drive for Heaven Sword. Heaven Sword maps and beyond have fly-in. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Nicely done. Take it to the limit one more time. Very nice. Oh. Was a great year for you. It was fantastic. And you know, the fact that a lot of you have tagged along for really most of the year, it's incredible. You know, we have a great group of people, and which is something that's totally obvious when we do the interviews on Saturdays and people come on the channel and we do conversations with different people. You know, the questions you guys ask, it just makes it clear that you're very present and you're listening and you're asking great questions. So that stuff is really way above your average, you know, just Twitch chat level. And I really appreciate that. It's a statement to how, you know, how good of a group we have here. What was the mount menu button? Yeah, I don't have the mount yet. I wish I did, dude. Hopefully we're getting it soon. I thought it was level 20, but we're already like level 22. Is the bait in place? That music is pretty good. You get the mount soon? You get it when you join the Grand Company. Gotcha. Also, I have a chocolate cookie. Holy shit. They look like the Bahamut summon. Amalja? That's the name of the race? Looks like. They're super familiar. I don't know exactly which summon, if it's Bahamut or some other summon. The way their chests are so arched. It just rings a bell from Final Fantasy X, I think. Lizard Man. Yeah, that's right. But there's something about them, dude. They look pretty cool. That guy looks like a douchebag, doesn't he? Not as much as I'd like to chat. Have appointments to go to. Now that guy's a douchebag, the dude with the haircut. A lot of douchebags to go around, that's exactly right. Alright, here we go, guys. It's battle time, baby. Carbuncle, I choose you. Quick cast. Miasma. Suck energy. Faster. Ruin until faster comes off cooldown. Boom. That's the burst. That's the burst you're looking for. The music is so fucking good too. I love the battle music they have here. I wonder if the barrier from Carbuncle also helps my dudes. Assuming it does, it kind of makes sense to use it more often, or as often as I can, really. Just a quick tip, you should try to cast Miasma and then Bio, since Miasma has a cast. Miasma and then Bio. Oh, I see. Shouldn't I cast Bio first, so that he's taking damage while the Miasma cast is taking place? Isn't that what I should be doing? The main thing I'm focusing on is ensuring that he always has the dot damage on, and whenever I have faster off cooldown, I'm using it. So really those are the main things I'm looking at. Let's give ourselves a heal here. Yeah. And use EGI Assault to weave faster. I don't know if I have EGI Assault. I don't know what that is. I think I might not have it yet. Is that guy invulnerable? Miasma, suck the energy, give him faster. EGI Assault is your Carbuncle's ability. Oh yeah, I was using the Topaz Carbuncle that has the block stuff. Sorry guys if I don't totally keep up with chat. There's a bit too much going on. And Ford, sorry I didn't see you come in, man. Happy New Year, Ford. How's it going, dude? I was thinking that I needed to start again on it. It's super rusty right now. Which game are you guys talking about? Oh, you're talking about the Japanese, your Japanese ODM? Up for a study partner. That would be so cool, man. I would love to learn Japanese as well. Oh! Oh! Cheers, man. I appreciate you, Ford. Do you have anything going on today? Are you headed to any party or ceremony? Or just chilling? Traders, come. Not you, Ford, the game, right? Okay. Did we win? I fear the Amalja mean to give us their god as an offering. To their god. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death. This is where the game gets terrifying? In what terms? In terms of the story or the combat? Jonny, join me in ODM on a journey of learning Japanese. Dude, that sounds really cool. In terms of finding out what primals can do to regular people. Oh. Oh. Oh! We have a dungeon? We have a donjon! Which is dungeon in French, right? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Whiskey Glitter Mitten, aka 16-bit heroes. Oof, that was difficult to say. I'm sending you an invite. It looks like the rest of our friends are not online. And anybody in chat, if you want to join us and you have a character in Cerberus Light, I think, you are welcome to. It looks like we have Mr. Whiskey Glitter Mitten. What a name. All right, join. Okay, good. And he is a tank, which is going to help us immensely with all of this. With getting that dungeon going. So let's chat a little bit while the dungeon gets ready. How's everybody doing there? So you cast Miasma 2.5 seconds before the battle starts. So that the cast is finished as soon as the battle starts. Oh, I got you. So I actually do that, but in that case, the battle had already started, I think. Maybe I didn't do it optimally there, but that is something I consider. Yeah. Additionally, you get the same time duration on Miasma and Bio, so you can refresh them at the same rate. Very good. Very good. Yeah. I'm getting the hang of it. You know, now it's a lot better because I moved around some of the skills, and now it's a bit more natural because it's, you know, 1, 2, that's bio and miasma, the dot damage skills. Then I can do 3 to cast the Fester stuff, that's the burst damage. And 4 is the sucking energy thing that gives me back energy so I can cast it. So it works pretty well. And then I have a couple of buttons on the mouse for Ruin, which is my basic damage spell, and the heal. So I do try to send out heals to people. As often as I can. Because I'm not a healer right now. Is the international podcast on this Friday? Yes, as far as I know, it's totally on, and we're ready to go. One thing I do with my hotbars is I have my single target on one side of the main bar, AoEs on the other side. Second layer is defensive on the left, self buffs on the right. Okay, that makes sense. Summon and Acolyte. Is that Acolyte? Is that the name of the other class? I don't know. Physic can pretty much get removed from your bar because it scales with mind. And SM. So I get that, but I find it very useful to have the Physic. Because a lot of times if I take damage and I'm not getting healed, especially when I'm doing the single player content and not in a dungeon. In a dungeon, typically you're getting healed. But Summoner and Arcanist. Okay, gotcha. So I find that, it's nice if I can throw out a heal in a dungeon or a mission and people aren't necessarily expecting it and they need it. They're going low. I do it. Also, I'm thinking of going down the healer route anyways. So. But I think outside of that, I kind of know what to do with my skills. The only one I haven't really been using is Addle. It lowers target's intelligence and mind by 10%. Whenever there's like a big enemy, I throw it on top, but it just doesn't seem too worthwhile to do on normal enemies. And when it comes to the topaz skills, like the glittering topaz, it doesn't seem very good. Again, when there's a big fight, I just throw it out in case it helps, but I don't really know. Addle is important end game rating. Okay, gotcha. Summoners are off Ressers along with Red Mage. What does that mean, dude? What's an off Resser? Oh, Reser, as in resurrecting? Off Resers. Sorry, I'm new to some of the lingo here. You'll want to prefer Emerald Carbuncle in your group content. Okay. Cool. Oh. DPS that can res instead of the healer is an off reser. Oh. Okay. Off reser. Is it reser or resser? I assume it's reser from resurrect. Is that what's going on? So there is some overlap in the sense that both? Okay. So there's some overlap in the sense that even though you're primarily DPS, you can also, let's say, step in as a healer whenever there's a need for extra. And I think in the same way I was told that a healer, whenever there isn't a need for healing, they can do damage too. And I know that the stat that drives the damage is mind. So if you're leveling that up, presumably you can be significant damage too. So that should be cool. Summoner doesn't really want to be rezzing that much since it will mess up your rotation. I get that, yeah. It would only be when there's downtime for some reason on what you should be doing. But it looks like everybody has a very specific role when it comes to the dungeon stuff. So if someone's not doing their job in order to help someone else do their job, if that makes sense, then I think the whole thing doesn't work as well. So we're just waiting for a healer, and then we got a party to go. Shouldn't be too much longer here. We've been waiting for 6 minutes, and average time is 5. White Mage has disgusting amounts of damage. Whoa, really? Interesting, dude. So as an Arcanist, can I level into a White Mage, or is that a different class altogether? What's the name of the class I can go into that's a healer? White Mage starts as a Conjurer. Is that it? Okay. Conjurer. Okay. That's okay. I'm sure it will be fun as well. Whatever we encounter. I do focus a lot on DPS when healing. Interesting. So you find enough downtime in the healing stuff to do damage? Arcanist levels into Summoner or Scholar? Scholar, okay. So I guess we're gonna be a Scholar and be a healer. That's kind of the route I want to go. It just makes it a lot easier in the finding dungeons and stuff. Let's put some music on while we wait here. So that's my thinking there. You know, if we become like a powerful healer, and it's also a fun class to play in and of itself, we can minimize the wait times a bit, because it does look like if you're a DPS, you're gonna be waiting way longer, right? Overall, most of your global cooldowns, is that what that is? As a healer, should be damage spells. You're gonna have to help me out. I think GCDs is global cooldowns, but I can't follow you with the other one. I don't know what OGCDs is. The third healer is Astrologian. Interesting. Which doesn't have a base class since it starts at 30. Right, so that's global cooldowns. Gotcha. Off global cooldowns? What does the off mean there? Sorry, I'm very keen to learn all of these terms, guys, but, you know, I don't have all of the terminology yet. Cheers! Joel says, regarding music, what are some of your favorite bands? And chat. So anybody in the chat, feel free to post yours. Mine has to be, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers is probably my favorite overall. John Frusciante is the biggest influence on me as a guitar player. And just overall, that music, I love that music. Foo Fighters, incredible stuff. Avenged Sevenfold, you know, the melody they weave into those like heavy tunes, it's incredible for me. So those maybe are my top 3, I think. Yeah. Their abilities, Jaxron says, their abilities that aren't on the global cooldown that you pop when GCDs are cycling. For example, Ruin is a GCD spell, global cooldown, while Fester is an OGCD. Oh. Metallica? I fucking love Metallica, dude. Yes. I like you, Jaxron. We're gonna be friends, man. You'll get a feel for it. Okay, good. We'll learn in time. The Grateful Dead, the string cheese incident. I know that one. And Tamamo, hey, welcome to the stream and Happy New Year, my friend. He says, or she, to make it simple, let's say between each spell on GCD, there's 5 seconds. Thus, you get 5 seconds to use another spell while you wait Oh! Wow, thank you for that explanation, man. That really put it in place for me. So that means that you have the main spells you want to cast whenever they're out of cooldown. Those are your global cooldowns, as you guys put it. And then you have spells that you can use when there's downtime on those other main spells. And those are the off... Sorry, what was the terminology again? Off global cooldowns, right? Is that the gist of it? Or did I misunderstand? I'm surprised you heard of the string cheese incident. I have. I've listened to some of their music, yeah. And the name of the band is very memorable, so even if you don't remember the music, you would remember that. You use 269 damage spells and 10 GCD heals. Wait, 269 different damage spells? Wow, holy crap. You got it. Okay, good. We're getting there, man. It takes a little while to build all of this knowledge, but again, I'm fascinated with it, so we'll get there. 269 total casts that were damage GCDs in one dungeon. Is that it? And E4's is Eden for Savage. So is that a dungeon? That is a lot of casts, dude. So you do have a lot of off time. Not really a dungeon. It's an endgame raid. Oh, cool. Yo, Prison Break! Happy New Year, my dude, and cheers. So we're still waiting, by the way. I can give you a rundown of where we are. We just need one healer and we're good, but we've been waiting for 13 minutes. I would say, it is New Year's Eve, right? So we can expect it to be a bit lower manpower today. End game, high difficulty raid. Ooh, oh! Perfect timing on that. Damn, Mario Kart. You can keep questing while we wait. Oh, that's a good call. I maybe should do that. I was just using the time to chat, but I can do some quests too. Here we go. Let's go. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. That's what happens when you look at the eclipse directly. An Ifrit gets summoned. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bloody elves. Bring those two as well. They're gonna sacrifice those dudes? What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. Spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions, feed my flames with your faith, and all who shall stand against us shall burn. The Ifrit voice needs a little work, but we'll get there. Ouch! Doesn't really hurt, does it? Oh, mighty Ifrit. My one true God. Your words are my bread. Impossible, by what sorcery do you resist my master's will? This is why they're terrifying? I get you now. Could it be? Your souls already belongs to another? That's the only explanation. Roar! Forsooth, the frail mortal frame can serve as a vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art the godless, blessed's number. The Paragorns warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Oh, you will suffer my existence, you fuck. You'll suffer it hard. Let's go! Here we go. Get that cast. Suck his energy. Give him the damage. Give him the damage again. Right, let's pop that reduce the intelligence thing just in case it's useful. Pop the barrier in case it's useful. Pop a little extra heal for my dude Whiskey. Was taking a bit of a beating there. Refresh our dot damage. Suck energy faster. I don't know how compelling that narration is. We should probably stop. Just taking you through my thought process here. Doing good damage though. Surrender thyself to the fires of judgment. Let the healer handle healing. Well, I had a bit of off cooldown, you know? My OGCD, dude. Shouldn't I be doing that at all? Like if I have some downtime? Should I just focus on damage? If I feel that, you know, my tank is a bit low on life? Maybe it's just a noob move for me to do that. In all honesty. Yeah, you're a DPS role? Okay. Yeah, so I guess it's a bit of a noob move. Wait, what happened? Is the fight restarting now? Also, Carbuncle, come back. Use the Mikiri counter. Oh man, Joel. Memories from Sekiro. Holy shit. If you don't kill it in time, you wipe? Oh, is that it? So we have to keep trying basically until we get it. I didn't realize I was making a noob play by healing, you know, on downtime, so... He means kill the nail. Oh. What nail? I'm sorry. Oh, this nail. Oh. Sorry guys, I didn't catch what you meant. I was just focusing the main boss. Was that the problem? We needed to kill the nail in time and we hadn't? kept hitting Infrared instead of... And it forced the wipe? Okay, gotcha. My bad. I didn't realize. Also, I'm trying to remember to always use that quick cast whenever it's out of cooldown. To get a bit extra time on that. On that cast. I think we're doing okay overall. Yeah. In terms of like, you know, getting a feel for the combos that what we should be doing. It's not too bad. Does this game have any summons? I don't know, man. I hope it does. Because eventually on Summoner you'll get a spell called Try Disaster that will apply both dots on a 50-second cooldown. Ooh. You want to cast Miasma then Bio to get the same cast, so get better dot uptime. Okay, I get that. That's really min-maxing stuff though. That's high level shit. High level strats, dude. Just gonna keep an eye on the left when things pop during bosses. That's a good shout. I should keep an eye on the enemy list. Cheers, everybody. Summoning is illegal because they create primals? Interesting. It's not really high level, but you get misaligned timing, which really screws up your rotation. No, I get you. I'm just saying this is like really high performance stuff that someone that's new to the genre like me wouldn't really think about. But it makes total sense, dude. What is the best Final Fantasy summon? For me, it's always been Ifrit. I think Bahamut has always been one of my favorite, but I gotta say, I don't know if you guys played Final Fantasy X, but there was one called Anima, which was this weird creature that was totally chained, and the limit break of that was that, you know, the enemy fell down into this underworld, and the Anima thing had an underside and started punching the enemy. That was the coolest shit I've ever seen. Anima was awesome. Yes, so good. I loved it, man. Love that. Such a cool summon. And I don't think Anima shows up in any other Final Fantasies. I think that was unique to that game. What a game, though. I love that. Do you guys like other Final Fantasies? What's your favorite Final Fantasy game? Maybe aside of this one. Anima in this game is completely different thing. Oh, well, at least it shows up. That's something. I think we did a pretty good job in the fight, you know, considering, again, we're pretty new. I think the damage was there from us. There's some optimization stuff we can add, like a couple of your suggestions, but I think overall, not too terrible. Actually, want a video game? A video showing all the limit breaks? Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope, yeah. You can't post it in the chat, but you can whisper it to me if you want, or you can join our Discord. I'll post a link to that, where we can, you know, continue the conversation later. Sorry about that. Yeah, the bot is very strict with links. We have to protect ourselves. Not everybody is as nice as you guys, you know. People jump in just posting links sometimes. I couldn't get into it. Which one did you say you tried for? You should take a minute to watch them. They're awesome. Oh, dude, I will. Yeah, definitely send them to me. What a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'dan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the Vilth region. Is it Vilth or Vlith? Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. My god. That is nightmare fuel, isn't it? Oh! Look at that. Final Fantasy VIII was good. Thank you for redeeming those Basil tokens, dude. Final Fantasy VIII is the only one I haven't played since Final Fantasy VII. So I've played every Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy VII included, except that one, and except Final Fantasy XI, the MMO. Danny, welcome back, my friend, and happy new fucking year, man. Cheers. It is almost New Year. It's just 2 hours away here. 2 hours away. She has HG Geiger. Geiger? Wait, where's that from, Joel? Final Fantasy XII, I love very much. Dude, I love that one too. I fucking love the license board system, the way the HUD looked, and I thought the story was really cool as well. So, I really enjoyed that one, man. At least in this part of the globe. Yeah, we're nearly there here as well, Danny. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find I am troubled by the adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Ooh, I should do like an evil voice. Perhaps. But that is a consideration for another time. Yeah, this is supposed to be a woman's voice, I don't know. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. She's gonna crack the whip. How did I do? That evil female voice. Nailed it, right? With aliens like that, allies like that, beware. A woman in love, I shall need to be on the best behavior. On my best behavior, rather. Sent you the link, Johnny. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Ba, 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 ba. Leave duty. Very good. Very, very, very good. Now, I think what I need is to get some fresh water and take a quick break, stretch my legs, and we're going to be back in 4 or 5 minutes. I'll leave you with one of my tunes, and I'll see you on the other side, guys. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. We have returned. I have fresh water and excitement for the future. We're nearly there. It's, 2 hours away from midnight. I don't know if we're gonna be able to stay until then. Like I said, I have had a fairly long day, but let's keep going, man. Let's keep balling. What's next for us? Let's see. Hey, thank you for that follow, Oblivion, and all of your tips, man, and chatting. As always, Jonny, your music is great, my dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was actually a cover of a song from Final Fantasy X called Into Xanarkand, and that's my guitar-only interpretation of that song. Jonny, repeating what I mentioned earlier, I've had the pleasure of hanging out with John Frusciante. Really nice. I did not see that earlier. Oh man, how did that happen? How did that come into being for you? That's amazing, dude. So cool. He seems like a nice guy, although, you never know, right? You never know. Let's go to... what's the name of this? Horizon. Let's travel to that. Yeah. Yeah. Before we continue, guys, just a quick reminder that I spend a lot of time chatting with people in Discord. If you want to join, here's a link. And I also spend quite a bit of time chatting with people over on Twitter. So those are two ways you can connect with me outside of the streams. And it really helps the channel. So if you want to contribute in that way, I would love for you to do that. There are 184 quests total in ARR 2.0. You're in the 44th. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a lot of quests. In Melbourne, in an underground record store, a friend ran. And we went out for dinner after closing. It was back when he'd rejoined, whatever that year was. Oh, dude. I think that was like 10 years ago, wasn't it? I think that was about 10 years ago. That's insane. So, wait, did you have dinner with him, or was it like just in passing kind of deal? Tell me more. The musicality of that man is something out of this planet for me. It's shaped how I think about music in so many ways, and how I think about playing guitar. This is one of your favorite Thanalan tunes. Yeah, I can see that. I like the one in the main town in Ul'dan. It's really fantastic with the low-key piano, and I love it. Although I gotta say the Limsa Laminza theme is still my favorite of the entire game so far. I need to buy the soundtrack somewhere. I don't know if they have that for sale. I would assume so. Summoner has probably one of the hardest rotations. Oh, really? You mean later on when all of the skills are unlocked? Have you heard the SHB main theme? Nope. I don't think we have been to SHB yet. I don't know exactly what that stands for. Let's see here if we go to... So, Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. I know nothing. Oh, Shadowbringers. Oh, is that the one they do in the trailers? If it's that one, that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Feels like more than 10 years ago I was the third wheel, to be honest. But that's so cool, man. What an awesome experience. How was he in person? Did he seem like a cool dude? Sorry guys, just eating a cookie here. So good to see you again, Jonny. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can be often traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. He was very quiet, very aware of all the experimental stuff I liked. Interesting. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out for their gods, to their gods for deliverance. Okay. Makes sense? Even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess. The Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. Could only relate and converse in the world of music fandom? Interesting. I think you have to be a little bit weird to be such an amazing musician, right? Can you really be like a down-to-earth dude while also being this, you know, musical genius? Look at Elton John. That's about as weird as it gets, and he's a legend. True. But he seems like he would be great at a dinner party, doesn't he? Sorry about the eating on stream, guys, but I haven't been able to have dinner today because of a toothache. So I'm just eating some pistachios here to stay strong. He'd be a riot, right? Yeah. I think he might be one of my top people to have in a dinner party that's still alive. Well, no, wait. Did he pass? I think I'm fucking up. I think he actually passed more or less recently, hasn't he? Boom, quest complete. Posted summoner rotation in Discord. Oh, thank you for joining, man. I'll take a look at it after. Thank you for that. Jonny Mukbang? I thought so. I think he's passed, sadly. The tremendous loss, but I seem to remember that happening last year, I want to say. Maybe this year. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But your character and courage and superpowers, she didn't say that. You were raised to the esteemed post of an envoy. Okay, great. Tell me more about this. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you soon will discover. Mukbang is eating for audience? Is that a thing? I'm doing mukbang. Mukbang. Just chatting. Mukbang. Elton John is still alive. Thank you. Okay, that's great. I don't know why I thought he had passed. Nice hats, dude. He's still standing. Lady Minfilia. Radiant as always. Come on, man. Dispense with the fucking bollocks, right? What's the problem? He's just 72 and has been fighting AIDS since the 80s. Ah, shit, man. I didn't know about the AIDS. That's fucked. Oh, you thought I meant John Frusciante? Dude, John Frusciante is not only alive, but he's back in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He just rejoined. Well, recently. Which I'm so excited about. We talked about it when it happened. Yep. He called me Master Plays because my name is Jonny Plays. I don't think he has AIDS, but he's been fighting it. Wait, how does that work? So he doesn't have AIDS, but I don't know how that stuff works, guys. Oh, sorry, not personally fighting AIDS, but like charity and stuff. Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I didn't follow you totally there. They're still going? Gosh, I'm out of the... Dude, Joel, my dude. Yes, they're back. I want to be careful here because the guitarist that replaced John was also very good. You know, Josh I forgot his surname. He's a great musician too, in his own right. But there's this fucking magic that happens when those four guys get in a room. This being John Frusciante and the rest, Chad, Flea, and Anthony. There's something there, man. You know, and I've never seen that with any of the other guitarists. They've done good stuff in the past. Like One Hot Minute was an album that they did when they were in hiatus with John. And it was good, but it didn't have that juice You know, the magic. Blood, sex, sugar, sex, magic. Some permutation of those words. I've never gotten the title of that song right, or album. If you're agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet, I concede that this is no small choice you face. Good. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What do you say? Let's do it. So that's like a clan of sorts that we get to join? No, don't skip. Stop. Okay, good. So, let's see. Let's take a look, man. What do they have to offer? Right, good. Yours is changing, Jonny, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what tomorrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves. That's like an 80s song. There's naught we cannot achieve. So, quest accepted. Home finally! Welcome home, Jet. Enjoy your evening, man. Speak with Tataru. I do hope you stick with this game. There's a lot of heart-wrenching moments. Oh, really? I'll definitely, you know, that's my intention. Seems like we're still quite far from finishing the core content to even get to the DLCs, but I'll do my best to get there quickly. Which is why some of this stuff I'm just reading through and skipping. What do you think of the races? I really like the cat race because I like cats. I was a little confused because I saw a player had this massive cat dude, and when I created my character, the only option for a cat race was this kind of small. So maybe that's a like bonus content race of some kind. That's a Hrothgar. That's Shadowbringers. Oh. Dude, Jonny, I'm pumped to have had the chance to talk with you in Discord and watch you grow with your channel last year. You're rocking it, bro. My dude. You fucking rock. Thank you so much for that, man. That means the world to me. So anyways, we gotta go back to Gridania and to the Black Shroud. New Gridania. Okay. Central Shroud. Is that it? No, sorry, it's New Gridania. Here it is. Let's do that. Thank you so much, Jet. I'm so excited for, you know, for next year and see what we can achieve here with this project. Don't worry, you'll get a Fantasia through the game that will allow you to race change once you get to that point. Okay, that's gonna be awesome. Looks like it's this way at least. Old Gridania. Shadowbringers has lion men and bunny girls? Ah, nice. Oh, one thing that was interesting is I saw there's a dancer class. And it's a DPS class, right? As far as I understand. That looked pretty cool. How do we get in there, dude? Oh, like this. Dancer is also Shadowbringers? Oh, okay, so I need to get to that content first. Your end makes me sentimental. It's all good, dude. Get in here. Let's hug it out, bro.
Seeds are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
You have achieved a great community and I believe from there you can only do greater things. Fuck yeah, man. Let's do it.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest.
Let's see here. Jaxrun says, you need the expansion to use it, but you just need to reach level 60 to unlock it. Okay. And I do have the expansion, so that will be fine. Stormblood and Shadowbringer jobs require you to be at least level 50-60. Heavensward jobs require you to have started Heavensward. Okay.
Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds.
She really has quite the speech, doesn't she?
To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please.
Oops, sorry. Sorry, lady. Didn't mean to cut you off.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike.
I know I can set it to auto skip, but in case I want to interject in one of these,
Yet
I like
while
to keep
we
it like
have
this.
labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united.
So that doesn't work?
Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done!
It's up to us to protect the forest!
All the elementals!
Good speech.
If you'll permit me, Alfie No. And my sister, Alize, at your service.
Wow, they look exactly the
that
same.
You were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
They're actually the same person. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. Those four are the Seed Seers. They're Pajal, which you can tell by the fact that they all have horns and look very childlike. Oh. I like the braids, the braid that dude has. Looks pretty cool. Very powerful conjurers, I see. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be till it's broken. The Twelves Wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later, it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? I think the horns could be a turn on. I wouldn't mind going out for dinner, so to speak, with the sister. You know, not the worst possibility. Thainland. This is Steps of Nald. Let's just quick travel. Alisai is still a bit of a bitch at this point. So she gets better, is what you're saying? With time. Alright, here we go. Much later. It takes her a while. Guys, I'm totally hooked on the TV show called The Expanse. I've talked about it several times here in the channel, but I'm gonna be watching that. I have the day off tomorrow, so I'm gonna watch a bit of that too. Really digging it. I'm in season 2. I'm thinking of maybe picking up the audiobooks for it. Oh, hold on. It's not here. We have to go under somehow? That's the song I love, man. Such a good song as well. Great Sirius. Oh yeah, man. So good. Go up. Good. Okay. How does one go up again? This is going down. I can't see on the map. Does this go up in any way? It does. You know, looking at the map, it isn't... I don't see a way to tell if the objective is on the higher ground or in the lower ground. But one thing we should do is get this Ethernet shard if we haven't yet. We have, alright. There's a staircase up next door to the left. Turn right here. Go to the chamber of rule. Okay. It doesn't show me where the chamber of rule is. So you're saying there's a door to the left and then up the stairs. So it should be here. And then... Oh, we can keep going up. Okay. Sorry, this place is super confusing, man. I think we got it. I think we got it. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanama herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Dig up, stupid.
Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard.
You were lagging, Jaxron? It happens over time, man. Sometimes you just have to refresh the window. It falls behind a little.
Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
Oh shit! I'm such a dumbass. I was trying to read that as like Vilth, but it's obviously just the Roman numerals. You imbecile. The 7th Imperial Legion.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests.
Do you guys know if it matters in a big way which company I choose, or is it more of a just a story thing?
If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And
More
now,
of a preference?
but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save?
I don't think I like this guy. I think he's too much of a bellicist for me.
You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity.
Uldans are naturally prideful and are driven by ambition. He's trying to prick their pride and disgrace them into action. Right.
As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Yeah, this is the kind of talk you see in TV shows when the resistance, when they're trying to just, I guess, be inflammatory and get people to react.
Yeah, for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raoban?
I haven't heard anything from her. Why should I respect you or listen to you?
I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived.
She's the Sultana, the ruler of Ul'dah. No, I get that. But, you know, she hasn't said anything that proves to me she's a worthy leader. And the fact that she was born into a particular family means shit to me. You know what I mean?
For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health,
You'll learn.
and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The voice acting does get better. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little bit on the dramatic, on the drama queen side, but it's okay. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Guardians have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultan's coffers are bottomless. The Sultanate's. And even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the Primal. And though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. Okay, I get the idea. So I guess they give you a little bit of a pitch, right, for each group's main plight, let's say. And finally we have the Remembrance service at the stateroom in Limsa Lominsa. Now this one is interesting to me because I really like Limsa Lominsa as a, just, you know, the city itself, the music there. So this could be our pick. Let's see here. Oh, actually it's our hometown, so we can just return. Let's go. I'm excited for this. Pick our tribe. So far, I prefer the first one from what I've seen, because that lady just, I don't know, seems to bring more to the table in terms of thought process. But I'm still not convinced. I want to hear these guys out. Let's see. Yes, proceed.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Nice boots. Oh. It's her.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
She has a bit of a weird voice, I have to be honest with you. Merle Wood.
700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Carteneau. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom.
I do like freedom.
Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral! Melvin!
What do you guys think? I think this is the best pitch we've heard so far. I don't like her as much as a character, but this is what made, I guess, the most sense.
Fancy meeting you again.
Well, hello there. I still don't know which one of you is the sister and which one is the brother. You need like something on your forehead. I'm the sister. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin. They worship the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. Okay, I can dig it. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress. He said erect. Right in the Lominsan's backyard. And that is to say naught of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. Okay, I get the gist of it. I think I can dig this. Also, if it means we get to spend more time in Limsa Lominsa with the awesome theme song, sign me up. So I think we're gonna make our decision today and commit ourselves to these dudes and dudettes. Jonny, this is Minfilia. What? How is she in my head? You are well, I hope? Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? Okay. Good. So we get to decide now. Attend the remembrance service. That's done. Report to Min at the Waking Sands. And that is in Thainalan? Thainalan. Western Thainalan. So we want to go to Horizon. Let's do that, and that will cap it off for us today. Let's make our commitment here. It's faster to teleport to the Arcanist Guild and take the boat. Oh, to Vesper Bay. I did not think about that. Thank you for the tip, man. I still don't know the ports well. We're gonna have to learn some of that. Also, where's my mount? Oh man, it's taken forever to get the mount. I think maybe I did extra stuff because I know some people were saying that you can get it as soon as level 20. But we're already almost level 24 here. Next quest. Okay. Good. Oh yeah, I think you guys mentioned it earlier. It was after you get the company assignment. The level 20 MSQ. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I like the jumping. I appreciate the fact that they allow you to jump over stuff. So many games, they have this invisible barrier that keep you from jumping over obstacles. Baseball Gear, welcome back, man. Happy New Year. How are you doing, brother? Alright, lady. I have it.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
She's not happy.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies.
That reminded me of that song, With a Little Help from My Friends. Great song.
Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try.
I didn't expect her to be that sassy, you know?
Is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
Wasn't expecting that.
So.
My lady!
I think that's too much sass for me. I know I said I could get behind that, but
share the burden of this fate, dear sister.
I think I wouldn't get into that.
We'll prevail together or not at all.
She'll come back.
The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Serpent Officer, Flame Officer, Storm Officer. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why do we have 3 different MSQ quests? Select a grand company. Wait, I forgot the names of things. Which one was the Limza Laminza people? Was it the Twin Adder? No, those were the first ones. I'm so bad with names. You can never have too much sass. Maelstrom? That's the Limza Laminza people? Coco Gummy Bear. Fuck, that's an awesome nickname. Thank you for that. Happy New Year. So it's the Storm dude, right? Does it give me a description? Is the red guy? Okay. How was the Admiral's speech? You need not explain that you stand before his answer enough. You have resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? I just want to say this is very confusing, and I appreciate the clarification there in chat, but if I didn't have you guys around, I would absolutely be confused. We'll be able to get your mount soon. Yes! Nice. That's the spirit, lad. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Did he mean to make that rhyme? Because that's a little lame. The Maelstrom recruits you, welcome you to Limza Laminza's company. Fantastic. 'Tis up on the upper decks. Very good. And this is back in Limza Laminza. Let's do a quick return here. We're gonna go say hi to those folks. I'm excited for the mount. How does it look like if I want to get, you know, different mounts? Do I have to pay for that shit? Or is there ways you can get them in missions and unlock different mounts that way? Also, let's open up the map here. Since we're going this way, I'm gonna hit the repairman and repair my gear, just in case. You can't get them already, you just can't ride them until that quest. Okay. Some quests, drops, etc. Roger. Roger, roger. This song is so fucking good, guys. You know, forgive my swearing, but I just want to put all the emphasis I can. Isn't the little hammer is the symbol for the repairman, isn't it? Independent mender. I think it's this guy. Repair all. There we go. Good. And to go up, I think it's actually the other way. I was going the wrong way. You can get mount from PvP achievements, Primal X drop, Salvage Raid, Mog Station, that's with money, and event Beast Tribe as well. Okay, good. Thank you. So there's a bunch of ways, Coco. Good to hear. Also, I love gummy bears. Just thought I'd put that out there. In case that connects with you. in some way. Let's go. Is it in the upper decks? I think they said it is, right? On the upper decks. Yeah. So it's to the drowning whore. Also, gold saucer mini games token with MGP currency. Oh, dude, we haven't gone to golden saucer yet. I want to do that, but we were focusing on the main stuff first. If it's anything like Final Fantasy VII, it's gonna be mini games, and those are usually really cool. Also, Eureka and crafting mount, but you can buy them off. Okay. Good, good. I do like the idea of having some cool mounts, you know, like I've seen some people riding around with the Final Fantasy 15 car. That looked awesome. My name is Jonny Plays. I believe you are expecting me. Dude, this is the first time they give us a dialogue choice. There are so many mounts. I only have sorry, you only have 83 Coco Gummy Bear, but I know people with much more. Damn, that's awesome. Jonny Plays, our recruitment officer, sent word of your coming. Now, before I accept your oath, you must be made aware of several. Sir. What is it, Private? We received a report from a lookout in Lower La Nausea, sir. Imperial forces have... Okay, so there's trouble. We gotta go fix that shit before we go ahead with the recruitment. So, before we do that, Timo, hey, welcome back. What is this shader? What's up, Timo? Welcome and Happy New Year. This shader is something called G-Shape. So, I'll post it in the chat there. If you Google that, there's an installer, and it comes with a bunch of presets. You can try all of them and see which one you like best. And it's very quick to enable, disable stuff there. But we're gonna leave it here today, guys. As much as I would love to go up until midnight here with you, you know, it's been a blast, but I've had a very long day at work and my head is very tired. So we're gonna call it a wrap for today, but we're back tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time, and we'll be back on Saturday to have a conversation as we've been doing with someone. Coco Gummy Bear said your Chocobo can equip barding. You can craft barding event mug station achievement, which changes the appearance of her Grand Company bird. Also, you can change your Chocobo color by feeding it different feeds. Dude, that's awesome. I had no idea of any of that. The game has so many systems, you know, and has so much in it. I'm really enjoying it, and I really, really appreciate you guys, you know, hanging out, sharing your experience here in the game. Really has been a big help for me. And like I say, we'll be back tomorrow with more of this. I hope you had a good time. If you did, remember to follow the channel and hit the bell so you get the notification. You can also join our wonderful Discord, where we chat every day and share pictures of our pets, our foods, and a bunch of other stuff. You can also connect with me on Twitter. No, that's the wrong... that's not the right way to write it. Twitter, that's the one. Connect with me there. I'm very active over there as well. And now, if you'll do me the favor, I'll introduce you to my friend MXJ. She's a fantastic person as well. And she's currently playing Detroit Become Human. So why don't we go hang out with her over there? I'm gonna go relax a little bit and hang out and chat. So it would be lovely to have you there. And remember that, you know, raids really make a big difference for whoever's on the other side. So if we can get there and drop a few nice words, maybe a few emotes here and there, it goes a long way for that person, and we have the power to make their day slightly better. So let's go do that. Great stuff in 2019. May 2020 be fabulous. It will, with all of you on board. Guys, thank you for watching, and as always, we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.